Hey you guys, I know you guys haven't seen me for a long time, but I wanted to come on here and do a live video for you guys, answer some questions for you guys. I know I look crazy, but I'm home and I'm hanging out with my son, so he's taking a nap right now, so I think now is the best time for me to talk to you guys a little bit about what has happened, what has been going on, why have I been absent. So yeah, um there has been a lot that's been happening. On Halloween, so that's October 31st, I went to the ER. Everything started out the day before. I actually remember sitting down on my floor and making a Halloween costume for my son, because I believe in making costumes rather than going and buying one, because I like to be creative and I like to be original. So usually for the past 2 years I've been buying a shirt or a hoodie or whatever, and having it printed and with whatever we're supposed to be, and then probably adding a little extra to it. So I remember sitting down in my living room, fixing up what he was supposed to be, which was the magic school bus. So I wanted to make him his own bus. So I'm sitting down on the floor and I proceeded to make him his stuff. And then all of a sudden I felt like a pain in my abdomen. It was more so like right here than anywhere else. I look a little bloated, but it's okay. Um, yeah, it was right here. And it hurt to really move. It hurt to take a deep breath. I started feeling little uncomfortable pains in my chest, and towards my back. So it would probably be like right around here. So I was like, you know what, since my son's been looking forward to Halloween this whole year, or for the past couple of months, he's 3, by the way. I was like, you know what, I gotta take him, trick-or-treating. I cannot not take him trick-or-treating, because I remember his 2-year Halloween. His Halloween when he was 2 years old, I actually was in the hospital because I had an infarction. If you guys don't know what an infarction is, it's when like oxygen doesn't reach a certain part of the bone and it chips off. And I had that in my leg. That usually happens to people with sickle cell. I do have a form of sickle cell. It's also known as hemoglobin SC disease. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, I sorry. I sat down and I'm making him his costume. Then I felt the pain, so I took a oxycodone pill because I went to the hospital 2 weeks before, and I wanted to leave. I got discharged because I had to come home to my son, and I didn't have anyone to watch him at the time. So I came home. They gave me oxycodone, so I took one of the oxycodones, and it didn't work for the pain. I started to throw up and stuff, and it was bad that night. So I proceeded to go to the ER that night. So I made his costume the night before, which was the 30th, and the 31st, I took him trick-or-treating. I threw up the 29th, the night of the 29th, the night of the night of the 30th. The 31st was Halloween, and I took him trick-or-treating when I had the costume done because I finished it. I was still in pain, but I was like, I'm not gonna not take him. I'm gonna take him and I'll go right after. So I took him trick-or-treating and I came back and went to the hospital. Yeah. So now we go on to when I get to the hospital. Got to the hospital, the nurse came and he was actually doing my IV. He was like, you're gonna get some fluids and we're gonna give you some pain medication, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So the IV needle that he had, he opened it and he was gonna put it on this part of my hand. But I was like, you know what, if you can't find it, because he didn't look like he knew what he was doing. I was like, if you can't find it, just go for my forearm. And he tried to go for my forearm, but I had like a hoodie on. So I had to pull up my sleeve, and I was slow at the time because I was like in and out, in pain or whatever. So I pulled up my sleeve, and while I was pulling it up, he had the needle in his hand and he put it in like the basin, like the pink basins that they have, and he set it down there just until I pull up my sleeve. And that was like for a good three minutes maybe. And my mother was like, isn't that gonna get contaminated? He was like, no. So my mom was like, looking at him funny, but he proceeded to do what he was doing, and he took the needle and he put it in my arm. Now, that was one disgusting thing that happened. Then we move on to when I was in my room. It took me a while to get into my room. First, I was moved upstairs to a hallway, and mind you, this was sick because I was in the in a hallway with like a gate around my bed, like I don't know, one of these little gate things around my bed in the hallway. And then I was using somebody else's bathroom. Yes. Disgusting, nasty, was annoying. No. So then they finally moved me to a room. I get to the room, I'm by myself with this lady, and she's old and she was nice and whatever. But she mind her business and I mind mine. Then she left that day. Then somebody else moved into my room. And they were like, "You're gonna have a neighbor." And I'm just like, "Oh, great." So I looked, and it was just this black lady. So she looked at me and she's like, "Don't I know you?" And I'm just like, "No, you don't know me." But okay. And I kept minding my business. She went to her side of the room. That was day one. Well, the night she came. Night two. Friday night. Everything was cool. Throughout the day, we were laughing, giggling, because she just had this instinct of trying to bond with me. So she kept cracking jokes and being silly and being crazy. So I was just like, the nice person that I am. And that night, she went to the bathroom. Mind you, she goes to the bathroom, comes out the bathroom because she had to poop. Too much information, but yes, she had to poop. And she had this issue with pooping, blah, blah, blah. So it was disgusting as it is. It always smelled like crap in the room. But she had to go to the bathroom. She came back out of the bathroom and then went right back into the bathroom. She looked at me funny, and then I'm just like, "Hey, I'm just buying some shoes online for my son." I actually have the laptop that my phone is on right now. So I was on my laptop like this and on my phone talking to my best friend. And then I'm like, I see her pass by. So she's like, doo, walks by. And I'm just like, hey, I'm just buying shoes for my son. And then she's like, and keeps walking. Comes back out and goes to her room and sits down. But before that happened, before she goes back to the room and sits down when she was in the bathroom, a nurse came in and he's like, "Do you have anybody calling you tonight?" I said, "Maybe my mom." And then he was like, like he didn't know what to say. So I'm just like, "What happened?" He was like, "Well, your neighbor's pretty upset because your machine keeps going off. So she's trying to sleep and she said that she can't sleep." And I'm just like, okay. Mind you, we were talking all day and she couldn't fix her mouth to tell me that something was bugging her or she's trying to sleep or whatever the case may be. She didn't tell me nothing. Also, that morning, before everything happened, she was screaming, yelling, laughing, flirting with one of the nurses, who, by the way, was gay. And I'm trying to sleep, and it's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and she's laughing, flirting like crazy, and it was just annoying. But I didn't say nothing. I let it rock, I let it play out. So yes, that was annoying. But anyway, I was like, that's funny that she couldn't tell me nothing. But okay, all right. So the nurse left, and then, sorry, my face is all up in your face. The nurse left, and then yeah, what happened? Oh, the nurse left. And then after the nurse left, I asked her, I said, well, Monique, something's wrong. And she didn't tell me what happened. So I was just like, okay. Okay, she's like, well, you know what? All right. I was trying to leave you alone, but all right. All right. I was just like, okay. So she started to scream, yell, and all this extra stuff. And then she was like, oh, wow, I was going to leave you alone. But now, since you started with me, it's going to go down. Okay. So I was just like, okay, it's going to go down. So after she says that, she starts to scream, calls me a child, and starts to go back and forth with me and telling me about, oh, well, little girl, I told you to do this, I told you to do that, and you didn't do it, and you were being disrespectful, blah, 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 blah. So I'm just like, okay. I started going at it with her. She was threatening me, calling the cops on me, and all this extra stuff. So I'm just like, okay, that's weird, but whatever. I was like, I'm gonna go home. So when I said I wanted to go home, security by then was already in the room, and nurses were already in the room trying to break everything up. So I went to, they moved me out, put me in another room, a single room, and they had a whole bunch of people come and talk to me. For what? I don't know. I didn't need to talk to a whole bunch of people, but they had me talk to a whole bunch of people. I guess trying to make my stay a little better, or try to make me feel a little better, whatever that was. So after that, I ended up staying. I ended up having to deal with another nasty situation with my drip being in the same spot for 4 days. Disgusting. And I started to get like this bitter taste, and the smell was just like overwhelming in the hospital. It was just yucky. The other thing was, like my bathroom one day wasn't even clean. What else? What else happened? There was something else that happened that was annoying. What was it? Oh, here's the big one. So they ended up saying that they did some cultures and they found out I had a blood infection. And I'm like, what blood infection? I didn't come in with no blood infection, so how did I get a blood infection? Mind you, when I gave birth to my son, I contracted a blood infection. And it was MRSA. From the hospital. So after that, they did a few more cultures, and the nurse came to find out, well, I ended up seeing infectious disease, and they ended up finding out that I didn't have a blood infection. It was just the area that wasn't cleaned properly, and the specimen got contaminated. So yes, that was a disgusting, horrible, unpleasant, crazy hospitalization. But yeah. So now I'm home. I got discharged, finally came home because I needed to go home. I couldn't stay there anymore. And I'm here. My fingernail is jacked up. Look. Still hasn't grown back. But anyway, that's it. I see you, Mommy. No.
I know you saw me.
What is that?
A salad I brought for you.
From that place that Daddy goes to? You should have called me.
I was gonna call you, but I don't have my phone.
I don't like them.
Jace has my phone.
Huh? Daddy has a phone too. I didn't want it. Yeah. But anyway,
I was gonna call you,
that's
but
it.
I was gonna call you with his phone. We stopped in front of the supermarket to call you, but then I realized that you didn't give me the card and I didn't want you to know my business. So I said, okay, forget about it.
Okay. I'm about to bake a cake. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Because the one in the freezer is still there.
I was thinking I went to that place and they have round cakes. They
Where?
have round cakes.
Where?
At the, where they sell the salad, that they sell, you know, they sell cake up front. They have a cake with a whole bunch of sprinkles on top, and then in the middle they have ice name, one color, another color, and they sell it by slice. You could have done that and put it by camellia and sell it. You know what I mean? And if they like your taste, you know what I mean? All of that is how we decorate.
But that's another process, because honestly, that's like you forget who we're dealing with.
Eh?
You forget who we're dealing with.
I don't care. You put a cake there. as commercial for you. If the people
Yeah,
like
you're
it,
right. You're right.
you can
In
sell it again. If you make
certain.
a profit, tell her I'm gonna break a business with you. You make a profit, I make a profit. If you sell the cake for 30, she get for 30, you get 20, she get 10. Just an example. So you can make a little money. You go with that. Once she get money, she will do it.
Mm-hmm.
Not do it for free. Even though she do it for the church, little girl, whatever. But you have to like her. You know,
It's not that.
she.
That's not the. Okay, because I'm on live, but there's hello. There's not. It's the thing is, it's not that I'm gonna do it for free or anything like that, but it's like it's a process to talk about that stuff, you
So
know.
that's what you gotta do. The process of talking.
So I think I want to try and bake a Christmas cake, Mommy. I don't know exactly the idea, but I'm gonna definitely try. Oh man, hold on. Let's see. Show. Why doesn't this show? How come I can't see any messages? That's really weird. Oh boy. My skin is terrible, Mom. Ma, he's fine. He's. I don't want to put him in his bed. I did eat, Mother. I didn't eat the fish, Mother. I ate the chicken. Yes, I ate my chicken. My sheaking. My sheaking. I can't even see anything. This is crazy. Show. Well, honestly, I cannot see if any messages came in. But I know I look crazy, but I'm home and I never sugarcoat anything. I like to look cuckoo when I come over here. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just don't feel like doing a whole bunch of work if I'm at home. I'm not going anywhere. You can see my skin is unhappy, so it makes no sense to put a whole bunch of gunk on it. I'm gonna go wash my hair, and I should definitely show you guys my what you call it? My natural hair routine. Because as you can see, this is dried out. It's looking crazy, but I just cut it. So yeah, I will come on here again and do more live videos for you guys. Up until then,